Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, which is a chapter from chemistry, and its name is Metals and Non-Metals. In this section of this chapter, we are going to study about what are metals and what are non-metals, what are the physical properties of metals and non-metals, how they are comparable. They have a number of physical properties, but out of them we will study about hardness and physical state in this section. You must be familiar with metals like iron, gold, silver, copper, etc. These metals are used since ancient times. If I ask you to name or find out certain things from your home which are made up of metals, you will definitely find some, like the spoon from your kitchen, the steel spoon, the blade of knife, a piece of aluminium foil, etc. And you must be knowing that there are non-metals also like oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, and these are very much essential for the growth and existence of living beings. So, to define the metals and non-metals, in short, we can say that the substances which are usually hard, shiny, and can conduct heat and electricity through them are called metals. Whereas non-metals are those chemical substances or those elements that mostly lack these characteristics of metals. Means they are usually not hard, they are non-lustrous and poor conductors of heat and electricity. There are a number of physical properties of metals and non-metals, and each of them behave in a different manner regarding each of the properties. These properties are hardness, luster, ductility, heat conduction, electrical conduction, physical state, malleability, density, sonorous, melting and boiling points. We will study about each of the physical property and how metals and non-metals behave differently regarding each property. The first property is hardness. And to understand this property, take two things, an iron rod and a plastic rod, and touch them. Do you feel any difference? Yes, there is a difference. Metals are generally hard, but the exception for metals are sodium. Sodium is very soft metal, and in the picture it is clear that it can be cut using a knife. So sodium is an exception. Generally all the metals are hard. If we talk about non-metals, non-metals are generally soft. But you know the hardest substance found in nature? It is diamond. And diamond is a form of carbon. And carbon is a non-metal. So there is always an exception. In case of metals, the exception is sodium, which is soft, while in case of non-metals, diamond is an exception, which is a form of carbon, and carbon is a non-metal. The next property is physical state, and we know that matter exists in three states: solid, liquid, and gas. So if we talk about metals, metals are generally found in solid state at room temperature. But again there is an exception, and this is mercury. Mercury is found in liquid state at room temperature. And we know that mercury is there in the thermometers which we use. If we talk about non-metals, non-metals can exist in solid, liquid or gaseous state. For example, carbon, sulfur and phosphorus. These are found in solid state at room temperature, whereas oxygen, hydrogen, and nitrogen. These are found at gaseous state at room temperature. And the only non-metal which is found in liquid state at room temperature is bromine. So these are the two properties which we have learned about metals and non-metals. We will learn about other physical properties also, but in the next classes. Thank you.